Hey everybody, this is Lisa, Connecticut Garden Gal. What you're looking at is a mess. I'm outside in my garden digging up this very invasive species of blackberry that I planted. It is the Burbank white blackberry. Not recommending it. It's extremely invasive and produces very low fruit. But that's not why I'm doing this video. In an attempt to dig up the root, I found out that it goes under my fence and to the other side. Well, between this outer garden and my garden behind this wooden fence, I had a bunch of boxes saved up from the post office, and I want to show you what I found. Okay, because we've all heard people who, can find worms or collect worms. Now, look right here, if my phone is going to cooperate. What you're going to see is these deep, dark red wigglers. Actually, they're darker than red wigglers. Hold on, let me try to peel apart. Look at this. This is inside the cardboard that I had stacked up outside. And there are, I don't even know how many. This entire, let me see if I can pull this out. This is like shredded cardboard that I peeled out, and it is packed, jammed, full of worms. It's a big container. I just started grabbing, and I didn't have anything out here but this flower pot. Let me try to peel some more away. Sorry, I can't control the sun. Look at this. You talk about healthy and beautiful. Let's try to pile them on the flower pot. I need something bigger. Let me just lift up some more cardboard layers here. See what we find. They were kind of in here. Okay, there's a couple there. Let's see. I was going in this direction. All right, here we go. I'm just going to dig in this. And this is just cardboard. I've been sitting outside, and some grass clippings had gotten thrown on top of it. And look at these gorgeous red worms. I mean, you can't do any better than that. There are no mites. There's probably some critters, but they are healthy. They are red. And here, let me go a little bit deeper here. You can see another. Here, I'm trying to see if there's like another big pile of them. Hold on while I tear apart some of this stuff, because it's very wet, because I had to use the hose to loosen the roots of these blackberries, so bear with me. Well, I could probably dig in this all day and never find the end of them. They're beautiful. So I wanted to share that, because if you have the right environment outside, you're going to attract red worms. Look at that. He must have just shed that cocoon. You see the cocoon next to the worm? And it's lemon yellow. That must have just... Oh, there's one in my hand to the right of the worm and one to the left. I doubt he had two cocoons, so this must be just an area high with castings. Let's continue to look for just a minute. Let me peel this back a little more. Look at this. Ow! Hold on, mosquitoes biting me. I mean, look how beautiful. Look at the deep. These aren't the invasive worms, although I did find a few of those. These are as healthy and as productive as you can get. So I'm going to collect a bunch from my worm bins because I would be a fool not to. But I'm also going to leave a bunch out here because they obviously are doing a really good job. And they have food that they like, and they're only going to help my garden. And I'm going to just try to dig a little more along the surface here. Because this very mushy cardboard fiber is where I found most of them. See? If my phone will choose to focus. I mean, look at this worm. Yes, if you're a worm person, that gets you excited. A dark worm. Ah, here we go. Here's an invasive worm. Here, now this is good, great for comparison. And they usually live in damp purpose soils. So look at the difference between the color of this composting worm compared to this. I'm going to try to lay them side by side. Okay, this, you'll see the clitotellum on the invasive worm is always creamy white. Now I can see behind him there's another composting worm. The clitotellum is always milky white, and they have an effervescent sort of tone. It almost looks like holographic. And as you can see from the worms to either side of them, the color is very different. Now let me grab this guy. He'll probably... Now look, the other thing you can do to tell them is the clitotellum always goes fully around the worm. With these guys, the band, or the clitotellum, it'll be fat on one side and it'll be flat on the other. Oh, it's having a hard time out here. Yeah, you can see how it's flat and not swollen. But this guy, I have a bunch. I'm going to do a video. You can see the difference in the clitotellums, the band, which is the band, in case you're confused by that word. This composting worm, it's got a deep red ring, and the invasive worm has a milky white colored ring. Let me see if the sunlight will help, if I can find sunlight. Nah, that's not going to help. But that is the best thing I can tell you to look for, other than these, which I'm going to do a video after. These guys here, typically, they're very thrashy. I'm not sure why this one's not. But alright, that's long enough. I'm going to continue collecting some of these worms and then go in because the mosquitoes are killing me. I will show you later in an update just what I collected out here. And boy, this is a great find.